A lot of people think discipline is boring or straight up terrifying because it sounds so hard. But here's the thing, you're looking at it completely backwards. Fun isn't always easy, and discipline isn't always a grind. If you don't have a clear vision of what you actually want, making progress starts to feel pointless because you don't know why you're doing it. And boredom? Boredom is genuinely brutal. Here's a simple example. Tell me I need to learn Spanish. Just because. Cool. Whatever, I honestly couldn't care less. But tell me that everyone who speaks Spanish by the end of 2026 gets $1 million? I am grinding that language like my life depends on it. Why? Two things, $1 million goal and a hard deadline. That's it. Suddenly, nothing else matters. I'm jumping out of bed every morning because every hour I spend gets me closer to that million. No time to doom scroll, TikTok, the clock's ticking. And that's how it works with any goal. So first you need to flip how you think about discipline. And to do that, you gotta understand what discipline actually is. Discipline doesn't mean waking up at 4 a.m. and blasting yourself with cold water. It's not about contrast showers or meditating on a mountaintop. Sure, if you're trying to go pro in sports, that stuff might genuinely help. But if you're a software developer, how does any of that translate to your actual work? It doesn't. That's why I'm pretty skeptical of these one-size-fits-all discipline tips. You don't need to live like David Goggins to be disciplined. Every trendy hack you see in self-improvement content, run it through your own filter first. Ask yourself, do I actually need this? Can I function without meditation and all these gimmicks? Maybe instead of meditating, you'd get more out of reading a psychology book. Or maybe psychology isn't your problem at all, and you just need to work on your English. When you think about it logically, discipline is just taking care of yourself and getting your priorities straight. Here's what I actually do. I work out, I recently got back into content creation, I study English, and I freelance. That's it. Yeah. Each of those has layers, but the key thing is I know exactly why I'm doing all of it. Every piece connects, and as you can tell, there's no reading list, no meditation, no contrast showers, because right now, I just don't need that stuff. I've got a core set of things I have to get done each day. Everything else, total freestyle. Some days I'll read something that catches my eye. Some days I'll disconnect and watch a movie, and no, that doesn't mean I have to sit down after and write a film analysis. If I were a Hollywood screenwriter, sure, but right now, there's 0 point. If you're spending your time on things that actually make you better, that is living a disciplined life. You need habits aimed at your financial and physical growth. What those habits are, I think you already know. This probably isn't the first self-improvement video you've ever watched. These two types of habits are what'll help you hit your full potential in your mind, body, and mindset. It'd be wild not to develop them. But discipline doesn't mean you'll be at 100% every single day. That's not realistic. What matters is just doing what you can to keep moving forward. If you're doing that, you can genuinely achieve whatever you want. And another thing people get wrong, discipline isn't some distant, impossible peak. We build it up in our heads like it's this massive mountain we could never climb. It's not. You can become disciplined at any point in your life because it's a choice. You can choose to invest time in yourself and get a little better every day. It's not as hard as it seems. Why should this appeal to you? Because discipline is literally the only way to experience life to the fullest. It's the only path to leveling up. You have to love this. Nobody in the world has the words to permanently motivate you except you. No guru is going to pull you from where you are right now to money, success, and happiness. So you really need to think hard about what you want to do because it has to bring you genuine satisfaction. Discipline is the vehicle that takes you from point A to point B. And that raises a pretty interesting question. Can you actually reach point B? Honestly, no. And that might sound depressing, but it's not, because the process itself is what gives you satisfaction. Here's a secret you've probably already experienced. You will never truly be content with how much you earn, how you look, or how far you've come. I used to wonder, Bill Gates made $10 billion, so why did he keep grinding? Same with bodybuilders, ask any of them and they'll say they need just a little more size, even at 300 pounds. Those numbers don't mean anything to you, the same way the zeros in someone else's bank account don't mean anything to them. And it'll be the same for you. I honestly don't think you'll ever feel fully satisfied after achieving something, and that's completely normal. It's just human nature. So does that mean there's no point in working hard? Absolutely not. Think of point B like a championship trophy. If you've ever played sports and sat on the bench the whole tournament, you know what it feels like to get handed that first place medal when you contributed nothing. It means nothing to you. But for the guy who ground through every single game, that medal is everything. Life works the same way. If everything's just handed to you with zero effort, zero struggle, you'll never feel real satisfaction. That's just how the world works. Even if a ton of money fell into your lap right now, you'd just feel lost. There are tons of examples of people who ended up broker after coming into a huge windfall. That story about the janitor who won $15 million and went bankrupt a couple years later, that says it all. That's exactly why discipline is the path that changes you, helps you grow, and lets you actually enjoy your wins. It's not just productive, it's genuinely beautiful, even aesthetically. I watch those aesthetic lifestyle videos and imagine living like that. I try to bring that same vibe to my own life, and that is discipline. I can't imagine living any other way. Drop the idea that discipline means dry, brutal, 6-hour workdays. We're past that. There are way more enjoyable ways to level up now, but I'll be real, I'm not perfect. Those people filming aesthetic lifestyle videos aren't perfect either. Billionaires, athletes, none of them are perfect. They struggle with the same things you do. They're not always at their best. But what separates someone like Cristiano Ronaldo from you? He's been disciplined his whole life doing something he absolutely loves. If someone had forced him into volleyball as a kid against his will, I genuinely doubt he'd have become one of the greatest volleyball players ever. So, love what you do and do what you love. That's a wrap. Catch you in the next one.